For those of y'all who don't, rewind. For those of y'all who don't know, welcome to the first official episode of the SBC podcast. Sunglasses on inside because it's winter and I don't know what to do with myself because it's September. It shouldn't be this cold, but here we are. It is fucking winter. It's brick. You know, you got your two hosts here.
Oh myself. Wait, y'all see the full circle? We was talking about Game of Thrones. Winter is coming. Third, fourth, fifth choppers open.
Come on in here, y'all.
Think about
Winter is here with your two hosts, myself, Jamoke, and my good friend here, my brother, my day one, main one. You know what I'm saying? Yes, young Savoy.
Is that Seltzer? Not being able to open it?
That's Seltzer?
Nah, this is sake, my brother. Rice wine.
For context, I don't drink, so I didn't know what that was. I was like,
it's that rice wine. You know what I'm saying, bro? You know, you could turn your rice milk into wine.
I can't with you. I gotta take these off, bro. It's fucking up my vision, but we here. Welcome.
Yo. Oh man. What is going on in life? Tell me something that's not Game of Thrones or Chance the Rapper related, unless he did like a song for Game of Thrones.
Can you
No, Post Malone did a song for Game of Thrones.
Who did?
Post Malone. For the last season, he did a song for him.
Man, I did not hear that shit.
It's that song, Wow. All I can remember is "Gonna Scream" and "Wow." That's literally all I can remember. But
the Jon Snow, I love my sister said I love my wife or my aunt. I don't even know what the fuck she was to him. I love my aunt.
She's his aunt.
Carrying. Wow.
Yeah, that's his aunt. Hi, key. I mean, like, I know you're not supposed to say it, but like for like middle ages white people standards, being with your aunt is not as low as you could go. like
there you go, bro.
If you look at history, bro. If you look at history, I'm saying for them. I'm saying for them. Not for you, not for us. For them, I wasn't that mad.
Well, I mean, I wasn't mad because it was Daenerys Targaryen. You know what I'm saying? And if I was, I'm not gonna say if I was in that position because we're not talking about me. We're talking about Jon Snow. But well, I guess anyway, that's some other shit. But no, I'm good. I'm living. You know, these are wild times that we're living in, dark times. I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful more than ever to be black. I feel like there's so much in our culture and within our frameworks and, you know, our thinkers and writers and musicians that equip us for moments like
our scammers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets love on this podcast.
Sure, for sure. And I feel like there's a lot within our culture that just inherently sustains you in moments like this. So I'm all right. I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Got my water in my sippy cup. You know what I'm saying?
Is that a Giants cup?
Yeah, but fuck the NFL.
Yeah, not true. Bro, my partner was telling me, I don't pay attention to football, but my partner was telling me today that like all the Cowboys had Rona or some shit. Their coach said.
I'm gonna be surprised because them stands was looking packed. They were showing.
They're letting people in the stands.
Yo, the owner of the Cowboys was like, I don't know what y'all doing, but we're having like fans in this arena at every home game, and I was just like, see, they don't care. They don't care, yo. They don't fucking care.
Wait. I'm sorry. Soccer is a more popular sport worldwide, and them niggas ain't had nobody in the stands.
Oh, they're not run by greedy motherfuckers who are trying to exploit the labor of employees.
Yo, that's why, like, honestly, like, I more so have a problem with capitalism than the fact that the NBA got brought back. But the way they did it makes sense.
Yeah, they said it's a bubble. Y'all could go in. You can't leave. If you bring someone in, you out.
Yeah.
It's like Russian roulette, yo. If you get it, you get it. It is what it is.
No, they did it really safe. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still think they fouled for not letting my nigga Lou Will play because, you know what I'm saying? You got to get your wings in your cheeks, but, it's neither here nor there.
Liability.
Huh?
That's a safety liability. I'm saying you can't be going to be out here. Priorities.
Yeah, I mean, he got priorities. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how about you? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm a mix of everything. I'm really good. I'm a little tired. Super excited to be here, but also a million and one things on my mind because the world's always been a fucked up place, but it's an extra kind of spicy fucked upness. For so many reasons. It seems like white people are really trying to put the pressure on everybody else that the next 50 days is the most important moment in our country. But I'm like, no, because unfortunately it's still up to y'all demographically. So get it together, white people.
To interpolate a Drake line, I waited 4 years, nigga. Where y'all at? You know what I'm saying? This shit gets me tight because motherfuckers act like Trump hasn't been in power, wreaking havoc on our communities for 4 years. Everyone's like, "Oh, resist," and I'm like, "Okay, but you're wearing this on a hat, you're wearing this on a t-shirt,
Let me edit what you just said. Trump has been in power for 4 years, but what Trump represents has been in power since the beginning, my nigga. So it's like it's really nothing new. Like for us,
like, don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm not even with that. Damn was good. Oh, when you said I'm a mix of everything, I thought you were gonna switch up on me, talking about I'm 4/16 German. You know what I'm saying?
I'm 1/3 Creole. I'm a 12th Geechee. There's all the shit black people love to jump to. Like
already know.
Bro. I forget what Geechee is, but it's not even no shit. I remember my granny used to try to pull that shit out, like, yeah, I'm Geechee, and niggas would be like, what is that? And she'd be like, well, it's be like, yeah.
I do feel like the Gullah Geechee people are around like South Carolina, like like that area. I don't know. I'm thinking of like Daughters of the Dust / Mama Day. Oh, Daughters of the Dust is an incredible movie.
What's it about? What's it about? Watch me laugh, and it's something super serious.
It's about this black family at the turn of the 20th century, so I think like 1900s, and they're getting ready to go up to the north, but they're from this kind of like enclosed area and kind of like a swampland American South. So I want to say like South Carolina. And it's like this, like the Gullah area. And so it's like the whole movie is this negotiation between how do you retain your culture and your connection to your ancestors and also go to this new place, which I think was, I don't know, one of these larger northern cities, New York, Boston, etc. Maybe Chicago, actually. I don't know if they were going up to Boston.
Could you imagine migrating to Boston? Like, I know some of us did it, but
nah, because today I can't.
Yeah.
Yo, people sleep on Boston. Like my parents, both of my moms went to school in Boston, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs to my mamas. But that shit was racist as hell in the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
I went to school in Boston 2015 to 2016. That shit was racist as hell.
like that's upper Indiana.
35 years later.
Don't sleep on
What about
Boston.
Indiana?
That's upper Indiana. Don't sleep on Boston, yo.
Bro, I was looking at a job application today. Speaking of which, you know what I'm saying? If y'all got any good job offers out there, hit my line. You know what I'm saying? I won't take less than $80K every 6 months. Anyway, I was looking at like the job sounded amazing. Like they were like, yo, probably on average make like 50K. It's a legit company. They're like, make up to 100K because of commission, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo, this sounds lit. Like, where's it at? And like, I was looking for jobs specifically in LA. And it said remote, but they were like, would prefer if you like select the option saying you'd be willing to move to Fort Wayne, Indiana, where we're located. It's like, nah, I'd rather be poor than live with y'all. Sorry to any Indiana listeners we get, like, but
so honestly, I never even thought about Indiana until recently. One of my dear friends, they just moved out there to pursue poetry, a poetry MFA. And like, well, you know what I'm saying? Much love to them. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I would even consider.
Yeah, but that's for education, for work. Like, that's so different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if you're going somewhere just to work, like for a job, pull up to Indiana.
Nah.
Like, I'd rather live in Cleveland, bro. Like, like, just like why would I man, let me stop. I'm gonna catch some flack for what I was about to say. But I just looked at it and I was like, Fort Wayne, word? Like,
not the move.
Indiana, I have had some white kids in Chicago try to sell me on it because they're like, they've come to my apartment or seen it, whatever, and they're like, this is big, but like you could get this for like $500 in Indiana, and I'm like, I wonder why. Like,
it's a drop. It's a drop.
Like I know how capitalism works. Like, I wonder why. Like, what you would call it? You know, tell me. I don't know. Tell me a story from this past week. Like, what's the wildest shit that's happened to you in the past week?
Well, I'll connect it, right? Because the topic we on today is we talking about music, right? We talking about
La Musica.
Talking about music. We're talking about bops, and I think the wildest thing that I experienced this week, I can't stand you. The wildest thing I experienced this week was this mashup that I listened to. You know what I'm saying? It was a mashup between Passenger. You know what I'm saying? What's that song? Only know you love her when you let her go. Which is I fuck with that song.
That shit is a bop.
It was that and Hot Nigga by Bobby Shmurda. And you let her go. Chilling with some hot nigga.
No, I saw that shit. That shit is hilarious. Niggas fucking mashed up. I saw it today. I'll send it to you. Niggas mashed up. Pop Smoke drill beat with Do you remember?
Yo, you already know.
I woke up listening to that. I was like the second or third tweet I saw, and I'm just like, yeah.
We love the internet for that.
No, that mashup is so fucking fire. Since we're on the topic of music, you know what I'm saying? You in the whip, y'all say, you know, you with your homies or whatever, and it's a 6-hour drive, and you get the first 2 hours to play some shit on the aux. What are you playing? And this is crucial because you finna set the vibe for the next 4 hours.
What am I playing? Oh, the first song? Or for the whole 2 hours? I gotta come up with a play for the whole 2 hours? I know the first song off rip.
First song. What's first
I know the first song off rip.
Wait, what's the first song and what are... Because I don't DJ often, but when I do, I know that there are like certain songs I'm gonna get to at some point. Mm-hmm. Like if the energy starts to hit a low, like I'm like if I were to DJ now, and like energy was starting to hit a low, I would like fucking bust WAP out, like pause. I don't know. I would bust the WAP out. You know what I'm saying? Just, nah. But nah, I would play that because like that would get the party going again. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So like maybe also some songs like that. Like what do you got?
The first song I'm playing off rip is Disco Medley by Selena. The live concert version. I think it was at the Astrodome.
Let's go. Yeah.
It's like 9 minutes of disco hits, but she makes all of the songs her own. Like all the songs are covers. But she hits you with that. First I was afraid. I was petrified. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, notes, melody.
That shit gets me so hype. It's just like the ultimate feel good dance experience. And you go do 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 the hustle do. Like, bruh, I just love that song. I love that experience. I feel like that sets a vibe right, and it gets, you know what I'm saying, gets everybody on the same page. Like we're here to have a good time.
Not a long time. I'm sorry, I had to. Shout out
for 6 hours there for a long time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Selena. R.I.P. the
one of the goats, honestly.
Yeah, for real. Nah, her music is incredible. I think That's hard because I think it kind of depends on the landscape where I'll kind of go from there, and how many people are awake. Because if it's just me, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting into my deep cuts. I'm getting to my shit.
Everybody's awake. It's the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It's the beginning of a road trip. Do you want to be on the East Coast or West Coast?
Ooh.
Or do you want to be in the middle of the country? Do you want to be in the South?
Okay, let me paint the picture for you, right? And paint the scene, right? All right, we're driving. We got the ocean on our right, and it's kind of nice, sandy, somewhat windy road. And there's like mountains to the left, but we're still level with the ocean, so you can kind of see the movement of the waves coming in, and you got the kind of the mountains on the other side keeping you company, so you don't feel like you're gonna fall off. Yeah, shit. I might play some Jaden. You know that's my god. No, that's
hell yeah.
God. I might play Summertime. You're right. We just kind of cruising out once it kind of lulls out. No.
I mean, that song's a bop, but
Summertime was meant to fall. Yeah. Jay Smith, like some smooth vibes like that. I would also play oh my goodness. Oh, Peter Tosh. I play Peter Tosh.
Hold on.
Come on, brother. Show us what you got, Jacob. Show us what you got. You already know. He said, I don't want peace. I want equal rights and justice.
Yo, this is one of the records I have on the couch right now. Just like sit it up.
Classic fucking album. I run that whole shit.
Nah, it's amazing. I just realized the other day that I have it on record.
Exactly. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. We kind of all over the place. We got Selena, we got Jaden, we got Peter Tosh, but all those work. I think the vibe I kind of go for is like upbeat. You know what I'm saying? Get the heart moving, the hips moving a little bit in the car seats, and then kind of mellow us out. A little roller coaster. Whoop, doop, doop, doop. What about you? We still on the road now. I guess you can pick the terrain. What we seeing now?
Honestly, I really want to be going from like the Southwest into like Southern California, like LA. Like I want to be going through like the desert and shit and seeing like, I didn't realize how many fucking man-made lakes there are in the Southwest, but like they're just so like weird looking. Like I would love to just like have what's supposed to be like the quote unquote classic Americana experience. Like, and I feel like the shit I have to play, like, am I going with like the new shit I'm listening to, like the shit like not too many people are like know about, or am I going with the classics?
I feel like you got to move with the spirit. You know what I'm saying? This is your car. This is your moment.
Damn, I can't even imagine having a car. Honestly, I kind of want to hear some. Nelly. If you want to go and take it out of me, why do I feel this way? Like I feel like I gotta hear that while going through the desert because that shit is so good. But if I'm not doing that, man, in terms of new people, I want to hear Surf Gang while going down the road. I feel like we would like hit like a meditative point where like. Maybe I'd have to like put on some No Name, like that song she's got where like America the Brave, does it good to you? Like that song is like fucking fire, and I feel like it would have to be played because as we're going across the desert, like I've only been to the Southwest once, but when I was in Albuquerque for like a week or so. When I was there, I just remember every time we drove around or like when I got to see the landscape, like the city wasn't that big. Like you maybe walk like 20, 30 minutes max and you're just like in the desert. And I just remember like being like in the hotel room, like looking out and just being like, damn, niggas really stole this shit. So like I would have to play like some like black music that's like rooted in like folk lyricism, which I feel like No Name hits. Like I probably have to play some Bob as well. Fuck. Why am I blanking on my nigga? His name's on the tip of my tongue. I had to play some Garnet Silk. Have to play fucking.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just good vibes. Yeah, he's just fucking good vibes. I'd have to play fucking boom. I was listening to the past 2 nights. I've gone to sleep listening to Erykah Badu's live album. So I'd have to put, huh?
That's dangerous,
bro. I'd have to play Tyrone, bro. That's the shit right there. Like, I feel like I got to see her live at Afropunk, and like, you know, like everybody knows the hits, like On and On, Didn't You Know, like Rim Shot. But as soon as she hit Tyrone, I like I was surprised because I thought like it was mainly going to be like black femme bodies like over the age of like 30 who fucked with her. But like we had been like talking to like some like I've been like talking to like young people all throughout the day. Like I was with my mom and like we're getting stopped for photos or outfits and stuff and like talking to people and all that. And like we were like near like a group of like young women like around my age. And like as soon as she hit Tyrone, like knew every fucking word. So like I feel like you gotta play jams like that. And to end it all off when we're leaving the desert, you gotta play Umbrella by Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? We out here. Bro. Oh, and after that you gotta play A Baby. I got a whole story about why. So you gotta play those two. You gotta play those two together because there was the summer both of those songs dropped like 06 or 07 whatever. We used to take these long ass family road trips, which were like 14 to 16 hours, like down to Florida, and my dad would always try to drive them bitches straight 16 hours, like just like. And I remember there was one time we went. I think we might have had one, like we stopped after like 10 or 11 hours to sleep just because my mom was like, bro, this is stupid. But during both days, all we heard at least 2 to 3 times every hour. Like at first it started just like one, like every hour. On an hour, we'd hear Umbrella and A Baby, like when we was up in New York. But the further down south we got, actually we didn't even hear A Baby in New York. Like it hadn't hit yet. Like it wasn't a fucking hit yet. Like so we heard Umbrella, and then as we got further down south, like maybe when we hit Virginia, we heard A Baby the first time. And we had never heard this shit. And like my brother's like big hip hop nerd or whatever, who also didn't fuck with Southern hip hop like that. So coming for you because I put him on to that shit. Anyway, like yeah, nah. But we hit Virginia. We heard it for the first time. We were just like riding in a lac with a mug. What is he talking about? And then as we kept going down, we started hearing A Baby more than Umbrella. So we just do the whole fucking song by the time we got to Florida. So that's why those two got to be played in that order.
I love that, yo. I love that. Yo, what's 3 songs that if you that you would lose the aux, right? You would lose the aux score for playing, but you would play anyway. Like you gotta get these off, even though you know niggas gonna take that shit from you.
I feel like I would play that Frank Ocean song. I thought that you were dreaming when you said you love me.
Because of Frank?
I feel like niggas would be like, nah, put the lit shit back on, yo, because that song is too real. Like, like that shit is.
Bro, come on. We said, but deep down the feeling's still good.
Yeah, it's like it just cuts a little. And if you in the whip, like, and you're not driving, like you've been looking at your phone a little too much, so you might look at somebody's Instagram you shouldn't be looking at, and then you're gonna feel a type of way, and you're gonna blame me for like
big bag energy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I get my shit taken away for that. I feel like I play some Carly Rae Jepsen and niggas would be like, get the fuck out of here. Because that's actually happened. And let's see. The third. Damn. I don't know. I gotta think about that. I'll pass the aux to you.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of songs I have that I feel like niggas not fucking with. But the top of the list for me has to be LA by the Naked Brothers Band. You know what I'm saying? That's my shit. I feel like, niggas acting like the Naked Brothers Band don't have hits, and that upsets me.
Where are they now?
He said, what did he say? The time we spent here is going so fast. The time we spent here just never seems to last. LA, go today. Like, he's giving us heat. That's real emotional vulnerability right there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Nat Will. Shout out Naked Brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my shit.
This is me defending Playboy Cardi lyrics.
So LA,
like, this is me, literally.
What's my second one? Oh my goodness. Real talk. There's this like Irish singing group called Celtic Thunder.
And you still didn't send me the link.
I gotta put you on, bro. I think they took their greatest hits album off of Spotify, which got me tight. But they have this song called Caledonia. That's my shit, yo. They hop out like, let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. That's my shit, yo.
I love it. What's coming in hot for third? It's hard.
Oh my goodness. You know what I'm putting on? You know this one.
Is it
you got the out front? Wow. Hottest styles, every shoe, every color. For when your favorite, it could be really fun.
What are you singing?
But no one ever discovers. You get the best of both.
Oh, bro.
And you rock out the show.
I was like, what the fuck is this leading up?
That shit in the car, bro. Best of both worlds. Look, that's both. That's critical theory right there. Like, Hannah Montana's giving
that song does slap. That song does slap. I think my third choice, I realized would have to be If You Like Pina Colada and Dancing in the Rain. Like, just go full karaoke with it. Like, that song is so fucking good and so fucking weird. I love it. Like,
black folks love that song. I kind of feel like black folks love that song.
Yeah, because niggas like Pina Colada. He's never been to BBQs on Friday.
There's like a genre of songs that like aren't by black folks. I feel like I've kind of become, I wouldn't say maybe become black culture, but like I think of like, nah, this is our shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all maybe made this, but this our shit. That's one of them. The other one is I chimed in with the haven't you people ever heard of?
Yeah, same with Fallout Boy too. That's Panic at the Disco.
That's our shit. That's shit.
Who's the modern? I feel like Tame Impala is kind of hitting there for younger black folks now too. Like,
ever listened? I'm sleeping.
Yo, fucking Rihanna did a cover to his shit on Anti. Doom.
I just thought that was her shit and then the Atlanta shit.
No, that's when I knew. I was like, yo. And honestly, like, I was playing some of his shit when I was in San Francisco visiting my mom. And he has this one song called Breathe Deeper that, like, sounds like a white boy's version of, like, a Mariah Carey song or some shit. But it is actually fire. Like, because man's, like, grew up playing the drums and shit. So his shit actually be smacking. Like, and my mom was just like, "Oh, this is OD good. Who is this?" And I like told her all about him and everything. She's like, "What? How did he? A white man from Australia?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Wait, he's crazy. He's not. Tame Impala's white.
It's one dude named Kevin Parker, and he's white from Australia.
Who the light skinned kind of curly hair dude?
And Tame Impala? Are you talking about Toro y Moi?
That's
my nigga. I love Toro y Moi, bro. Yo, he's. Yeah, no, because they make similar kind of music. Like Toro y Moi, Blood Orange, and Tame Impala, like all make similar music.
Wow. Love Blood Orange. Also playing Blood Orange in the car. Fucking love Blood Orange. Oh my god.
Blood Orange would hit too real. Yeah, there's just like some shit. I feel like it's gonna hit too real, and niggas is going to feel a type of way.
Fucking yeah, that's real. Well, speaking of feeling a type of way, speaking of music, black music specifically, we have
talk about Rich Homie Quan.
Go
ahead. Do it.
We have an amazing guest today for an interview. Sometimes we do guest interviews on this podcast here. And we want to put y'all on to Johari Farrar. You know, she's an incredible musician, incredible actor, lyricist, writer. One of the most extraordinarily talented people I have the pleasure of knowing and loving. And we spoke to her earlier today. I want to give you all a look and a listen because she gave us some knowledge. So check this out.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Hey.
Excuse us for the CPT. What's up?
The devil is a lie.
It's good to see y'all. You worked it out.
How are you today?
I can't complain. I'm all right. How are you? Thanks for having me.
we're a little stressed on our end, but we're happy to have you, and it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too, Jacob. Do you go by Jacob?
Yes, I do. Any other like Jake or other variation?
It's not it.
No, I'm not a white boy. Like, why are you calling me Jake? So yes.
Respect that.
Don't
trust the Jake.
I said, what tap do you have on IPA, Jake? Or what
What
IPA
tap do I just have? I have the Devil's Beverage coffee and some water right now. I might be getting some sake later on. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it funky, like get the vibes going right. But yes, that's it. What are y'all sipping on? Just some H2O.
Saliva. You know what I'm saying?
A whole lot of water.
The water I respect. I don't know about the saliva, my brother, my man. But yo, it's so good to have you today. When looking into all that you do, I was like, so she does dance, she does theater, she does music. I think the thing that first came to mind for me was just like, how do you is it different parts of your brains that are working when you're on stage in a musical setting, in a theatrical setting, versus like if you're doing something in a studio setting?
Yeah, absolutely. There are different parts of my brain. I think that every variation of performance that I do like requires a different level of my attention. And some things cross over, of course, like, I don't know, like punctuality and just character. You know, talent will get you in the room, but character will keep you there.
True.
But I think that in terms of like being in a live performance setting versus being behind the scenes, whether that's in a studio or behind a camera, they're very different because there's a lot of editing required for like studio work.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of takes and it just requires a different level of endurance than like 8 shows a week requires a different level of endurance.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah,
what's the most amount of shows you've done in a week? Is it 8? Like, is that the?
Yeah, that's
impressive.
That's the most I've done.
Okay.
And that was a while ago. I've sort of retired a part of my musical theater-esqueness because I studied straight theater at Temple.
Wow.
So I haven't had to divide my talents in that triad that I spent high school doing. I went to high school for musical theater.
Oh wow. Okay. So
well,
sorry, go ahead. Okay.
Jacob, go ahead.
No,
well, I was just saying. My
it's
fault,
the lag.
bro.
It's the lag, bro. You got it. You got it.
Well, because you're talking about musical theater and singing, you know, I had to wear my shades for a reason. Like, they tell you not to look directly at the sun. Like, we dealing with a star. We dealing with a star here. Like, I don't think y'all know. Like Johari is. Let me take my glasses off. I'm saying look at the people because I might go blind, but I gotta do it for the culture.
This is gas.
Nah, it's real talk.
We love
you
it.
are
We
one
love
of the most
energy.
incredible singers I've ever met in my life, hands down. Like top 2, and you not 2. You know what I'm saying? And
talk your shit. Talk your shit.
I wonder if you could talk a bit about your relationship to music and melody specifically, and like how you're able to find home in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does music really allow you to do that other art forms don't?
That's a great one. Because my introduction to the performance world started with song. Before somebody one day looked at me and was like, "You're dramatic, you should act." And that's how like that branch of my career began. But I feel like I've been singing for as long as I could talk. All the adults in my life tell me that I was a very, very, very musical child. I like listening to music. I've always been drawn to music. Like, I respond kinetically to music. And like making music versus experiencing music. are two things that like are special to me in very distinct ways. Like making music is what I don't want to say intimidating, because you're as a musician, you're up against your own criticisms when it comes to like everyone who's done it before you. You know, you start to wonder which sounds are actually original and which are just regurgitated. You know, you start feeling I don't know, a little bit hesitant to be just another one of the same sounds. But I think that in experiencing other people's music, like the masters, the people that I like idolized growing up, you know, the Jill Scotts and the Ninas and
Come
the
on now.
Indias and the Laurens, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot in their sounds, the Ellas and the Eddas.
Mm-hmm. Come on now, talk about it. Talk
And,
about
like,
it.
all of those artists, you know, I've had to consider they too were my age in their, you know, in their own musical journey, probably having the same kind of questions and not knowing that they were going to be the ones that people were awestruck by, you know, the people that everyone wanted to be and sound like. So it's a battle against yourself. I think doing what I do, but music is like home to me. Like I woke up this morning and was like playing in GarageBand, and I don't even like, it's not going anywhere. It's not for a particular project even. It's just something that, you know, when it's a safe space because I don't have to question whether or not, like once I share it with people, then all the questions pour in. But when it's just for me, I don't know, it's like your favorite thing to do. It's like your favorite hobby. It's like that dish that you're really confident in making that you don't use a recipe for anymore, you know, or it's like that signature hairstyle that everyone sees you wear all the time and you just put your hair up that way because it's what's most comfortable to you. That's how singing feels.
Nice.
Heard you.
So do the words come first for you, or is it melody that hits you first? Like where does the process start for you?
Oh, that's a good chicken and egg sort of situation, because I very much care about lyricism since I also write like poetry, like I like songs without the melody also, you know, the lyrics matter to me. But if you can't carry it out, you know, if the music doesn't speak to you, it's harder to retain. And, you know, for some people, it encourages them to like do their own spin on it. And then it kind of feels like I'm hijacking the sound. If it's not my song, you know, and I'm listening to someone else's song, it kind of feels like I'm hijacking the work because I had a different vision for it. And I'm like, your own thing if you're going to be so picky.
Yeah.
You know? Or you know, it just doesn't get added to my repertoire because I'm like, well, it didn't stick, you know? So melody matters, sounds, instruments, everything can be an instrument. And so I think the artists who resonate the most with me have a perfect balance of like having something to say and putting the notes in an order that no one else has thought about, you know?
Do you remember the first song that you wrote or any of the lyrics? You don't gotta sing it if you don't want to, but thinking about what's stuck.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
That's deep. That's deep in the trenches of my memory. So it's somewhere, you know. And if I really put my mind to it, I'm sure something could come back.
Well, what's one of the first songs that you could remember hearing where you were like this is it for me, like I'm hooked to this art form? Like,
oh, that's a good question. There's a few of those because everything happens in like stages in my life. So I mean, that's just life in general, but I feel like I have distinct chapters of my life, particularly in terms of the music that I was listening to, because I grew up like an endless cycle of India.Arie, Lauryn Hill, and like John Legend. We did John Legend together before. We did that Ordinary People cover.
Wow!
Y'all did an Ordinary People cover?
Yeah,
Yo, wait, swing the link. Like, I need to hear this.
That's deep. That's a deep cut.
Yeah, again, the archives, they get away from you after all these years.
I need the receipts. That sounds fire. That sounds really fire.
But yeah, song specifically, like Feeling Good was one of the first songs that I ever found my belt in, I think. Because I just, it's weird to approach that song without all of your energy, because it's Nina fucking Simone.
Yeah,
Right.
that's one of those songs where it's on, I'll just get quiet at the part.
It's all in or not, So yeah, that's definitely one of the first big songs that I got. Then there's like, I mean, everything in Indiari's pre-2005 repertoire. Honestly, pre-2009, if you include some of the later bangers.
Shout out, Break the Show.
That's what. Okay.
Come on now. Come on now.
Alexis was finished, and you were incorrect because she came through hard with Break the Show. Break the Show. Somebody just asked me to do Break the Show on a Zoom, and I was like, where did this come? Like, why are we, what inspired
Break the Show energy to Zoom?
That's what
I'm going through it.
Like a little, I feel like all of her work, all might be a stretch, but majority and the foundational pieces in her repertoire are pretty resonant to just how I have approached this art form in general, because it's not, I was talking about that balance between melody and lyric. And I think that it's impossible for her to produce something without the message being real clear,
Yeah.
But you also, there's a musicality, like her voice is just, it's butter, it's magic, and then her instruments are hers, so while that's a big flex and I am still learning the guitar, so ease up off the pressure. I know that the music is in her. Like she's linked to it too intrinsically. It's not just like, oh, I picked this up one day because I had nothing to do. Like it's her way of getting her message across. So when I approach music that I write, like it has to be something, all the songs that I've ever written have had to do with something rooted in reality, in my reality. Very like,
How have you maintained, because I feel like something that I'll often see is that like artists like hit a crossroads where like either they have to like stick with what they're doing or they're like, let me be a bit more malleable because like all these people are telling me to be so. Like when did you hit that point where you were like, you know what, fuck it, I'm cool with being me and I'm gonna stay over here?
When? If. Nah, but it's hard. Like the same way that like if music is medicine, then I think that the term or the concept of healing not being a linear experience applies to a person's musical journey as well. Like you don't just get good and then you're comfy,
Yeah.
You don't, I certainly haven't. And in my experience with other like renowned artists, you're constantly having to have this debate, if you're someone, and it varies based on what you want to do with your sound. Like if you're just trying to make the radio, make top 100, if you're just trying to like get that song out there so that people remember you, that's one avenue. And there are certain decisions you have to make if that's what you're trying to do. It's another thing, I think, for me to be like, yes, the sounds of our time are shifting, and in a lot of ways, I'm not going to hold you, a lot of the artists that I'm like, the current artists that I'm listening to, what makes them so phenomenal is that they're dipping back into like previous sounds, you know what I mean? Like they're sampling and they're experimenting with sounds that are timeless.
Who are you listening to? Can you give us some names? Like just like add them to Spotify real quick if I don't know them.
Sure. I mean, if you open my Spotify, it's like Leon Mahavis, No Name.
Yeah.
It's, oh my gosh, it's so many people. That's a lot of pressure. It's like Kirby, it's D Smoke, it's Lucky Day, it's
Lucky Day.
Like, come on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's Brent Faiyaz with the like early 2000s sound in his voice that just came out of nowhere. Like, there's a lot of folks who I think just know what they're doing, you know, and are finding their footing in a field that swipes through people like Tinder, you know, like in an industry that gets tired real fast.
Yeah.
So, our attention span is as long as an Instagram story. And so when you're an artist trying to have some sort of longevity, you have to prioritize, like, do I want to make it big today? Or is this like the long race, you know, the long haul?
Yeah. In thinking about that, like the long haul and just kind of a short career retrospective, right? From your own perspective, what's a performance or like a performance that you've been a part of that you feel like resonates with you the most, or you feel like is most indicative of like this beautiful hybrid of lyricism and acting chops and musicality? Like, is there one piece that kind of brings that all together for you?
That's another really good one. It's not a published work, but a friend of mine, Sabria Shipley, who is the co-founder of Griot Girls, which is like I just shared it recently on my social media, but it's like a platform for young Black girl writers founded by Black women writers. She is an extraordinary playwright, and she wrote a piece in my time at Temple that she like wrote me into to play her vision of her character's younger self. And it was a big deal for me. It was my sophomore year, and I played the character Selah, and my voice wasn't featured live in that piece, but the soundtrack for the play we collaborated on. And so we had like musical jam sessions, and that got, I have to find those tapes now that I think about it, but that got put on loop. Like, we made a soundtrack for the play, and it's not my voice that's featured, but I got to be a part of the musical experience. And every part of that piece is poetry. It's a choreo poem about the dynamics of Black domestic life written by Black people, you know what I mean? Which is very different than most contemporary dramas that are written about Black people, but don't feature them in the writing rooms.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's a really like raw, authentic take on like exploring your sexuality in a very, you know, Black conservative household, you know, being raised like chase your dreams, but never like overstep your boundaries, dealing with generational trauma and, you know, love and intimacy. And it's called Dancing Again in Love, by Sabria Shipley. It's magnificent. It got produced in the Philly Fringe Festival after I featured in it. But I hope it goes everywhere. I hope it goes places. And it's definitely, I think, the best, even though it's not a whole lot of my work, like it's one of the most harmonious blends of the parts of myself that are talented, you know?
That's really amazing.
That's so beautiful too. Oh, my fault, Jake. I need to cut you off.
No, you got it. You got it.
I was just saying that's so beautiful because I feel like the form of the choreo poem and the form of the musical, like it allows for that expansion. And something that frustrates me is that, you know, people really think that musicals are some white people shit. You know what I'm saying? And like musical theater is some white folk shit. And like, I don't know, can you put people on real quick and just give like a quick summary of why musical theater and why like choreo poems and musicals are important for Black folks, or maybe like one musical that you'd recommend for Black folks, because if all people are seeing are like, you know, I don't know, Oklahoma, the all white cast of Oklahoma, or you know, or Hamilton, which is still a product of like a very specific imagination, right? And like it shows Black folks, but again, like, are there Black people in the writing room? How are we telling stories of Blackness within?
There ain't even Black people in the audience, right?
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
It's like if we keeping it real.
The place where you see Black people the least is in the audience, and that's because theater is elitist. And I have extensive thoughts on this matter. I'm trying to make them succinct and you know, not name drop. But I had a very difficult experience in this industry. I have an ongoing, very difficult experience in this industry, and it's truthfully why I've pivoted a bit to teaching artist work. And not as a like those who can't teach type shit, you know, but like there's only a certain amount, like the nature of this industry is to accept no like welcome guest. You know, you hear no so many times a day that no just got to become your friend. Otherwise, it'll eat you up inside, because you hear no from this person, no from that person. And then that's just anyone in the field, right? And so then you add all of the intersectional layers of being a Black woman in this industry, and you hear no 100 times a day. Could you tone that down? Could you ratchet that up? We're going a little bit too urban in this last scene. Could we make it a bit more, I don't know, palatable? You know, I get a lot of that. And the cost of theater is indicative of who theater is created for. Broadway ain't cheap. I don't know when last y'all just strolled into a Broadway theater on a whim, but Black folks in the hood look at you crazy when you're like, oh, I just want to see a Broadway show. And Broadway is not the only theater, though, is the thing. But because it's been put on this pedestal as like the mecca of all things performing arts, you imagine that it's Broadway or bust. And that's definitely what I was trained to believe for quite some time. I went to high school in the theater district. Like literally, I was in the midst of all of the Broadway theaters. The cast of Chicago came to see our rendition of it. And so you got a whole view, you know, an inside scoop on the inner workings of this field. And the more and I became aware of like my non-negotiables, the less this art form seemed to resonate with me, until it was reintroduced to me in a way that defied the stereotypes, right? So like I'm in a social justice-based hip hop theater group called Truth Worker Theater Company. And
y'all do really fantastic work, by the way. I found out about y'all when I was like 16. And have been to like maybe 3 or 4 of y'all shows. So when I saw you were part of Trooper, I was like, oh, I've seen you perform at some point. Like, so.
Oh, that's so sweet to hear. I love it when I meet people who've seen some of our work, because like, especially when it's like our people. I'm touched when anyone says that they've seen Truth Worker perform, because you know, our work is specifically designed to dismantle the types of things that you're used to seeing in theater. And yeah, that didn't go too well in my time at Temple. I was never officially in a Temple Theater's production all 4 years, for a number of reasons, you know, and people had issue with that. They were like, why? You know, you're so talented, you have so much to offer. Why not just go for it? And we could debate till we blew in the face. But at the end of the day, I was like, I want to say that Audre Lorde quote so bad, but I'm going to misquote it. So what I'll say instead is that, inspired by that concept, like I refuse to shrink anymore
Yeah.
to fit into the space that you've created for me.
Come on now.
If you've left me but so little room, I'm not squeezing. It's not worth it. And I know people who will squeeze, you know, and to each their own. If that's your route towards making the kind of change that you want, you know, just to be in the room. I've always been told that just being Black and in the room was enough. But if I'm the only one Black and in the room every single time I enter the room, I'm tired eventually. You know, you're echoing these same exact things that I hear in every other room. So yeah, I started doing my own thing.
Yeah. And do you feel like it's been healing at all, being able to be in spaces where you're seeing people like you or people who are from different backgrounds, but the different background isn't like, well, I'm a white person from like, you know, this suburb instead of
correct.
Yeah. You know.
Instead of Lancaster? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So has it been healing for you to just like know that you're gonna go somewhere and like there are people like you're basically finding affinity in the spaces you're working in, it sounds like.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the difference between like maintaining your sanity in a field that wears you down versus transforming your experiences to be fuel for the next time you have to face adversity. You know, like I walk into a rehearsal space with Truth Worker, and I know not only am I going to be challenged in my artistic, like via my artistic capabilities, but I'm also going to be, you know, challenged to question my biases at any given moment in a space where there's literal, like I can point to receipts, historical receipts as to where this behavior stems from, you know, or why this character is as upset as they are, you know, and why this character feels shut down in this moment in a way that if I were to explore those feelings in a predominantly white space, people would think I was pulling things out of my ass. You know what I mean? Like people would think I was making it up because gaslighting is a
talk about it.
Yeah.
Is a rampant experience. So I don't know. I just think that my being surrounded by folks who both have shared lived experience and shared narrative experience, like in whatever roles you're playing, it just makes a difference. And it's not necessarily preaching to the choir, you know, it's not like, because I also don't believe that it's useful at all to keep all the same messages circulating in the same spaces. You know what I mean?
Right.
That part, yeah.
Sometimes you got to do that conference that, you know, maybe you were frisked on your way into the building, not pulling from real experience, obviously, but then you got on stage and everyone was surprised that it was you who they just saw in the hallway in a hoodie and profiled a minute ago. You know, that happens, but
it was random though.
Absolutely. You know, it was
always is.
Yeah.
But you know, it also gives you the benefit of like reaching more people. And so I get it. I get the value in that. But it's something, it just feels restorative to be able to return to a space where people actually can empathize and not just sympathize with your reality.
That's dope.
Yeah. I think, you know, we're about to wrap. Johari, thank you so much.
Seriously.
You always offer just this radiant brilliance, you know what I'm saying? This almost effortless, just like aura about you that I just have always admired and am always in awe of. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming and chat with us and just, you know, really blessing us with your presence today.
Yeah. Yeah. I just to second that, I feel the same way. Okay, told me a lot about you, and I feel like I've known you for just a very long time. Like, and thank you for being a first guest for our podcast, because like we've been working on this for like literally months now. And it feels like surreal that today is the day, and also that like we got such a great guest to be on our show, like for the first time.
Thank you so much for having me, both of y'all. You should be so proud. Like, I'm honored to be featured. I'm so excited and looking forward to everyone who comes next. Zoom is the feds, so maybe
But everybody who comes next, you set the bar ridiculously fucking high, so they gonna have to reach, like,
they ain't gotta reach it all. The best part about this experience here is that, you know, it's all love, it's all authentic. It's just, I'm sitting in my motherfucking bed, so you know what I'm saying? It don't get more real than that.
You know what I'm saying? Before we close, speaking about authenticity, you know my philosophy: if it bumps, it bumps. And while you're on the air for the people, I just want to know what's your musical hot take, your music hot take, right? Like, what's an underappreciated song from our childhood that's a banger that you might not put on the AUX, but everybody knows?
An unappreciated hot take. Oof. Put me on the spot, Jamoke. Why you always gotta be like that?
No pressure, no pressure. First thing that comes to mind.
So I mentioned her earlier, but there are some early Leon LaHavis tracks that'll do you in for the whole winter. They'll keep you warm. Like, I think you need to, everyone who has not listened to her before needs to get that. Also, while you're at it, Esperanza Spalding. I mean,
my God, yo.
Like, you just need to get your whole life.
Her whole album about blood?
Period.
Just that she just dropped maybe last year?
Roll credits.
Really good.
Different. Yeah. All right, well, y'all heard it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tap in. Well, tap into those.
Can you let the people know where they could find you before we let you go? Like,
sure.
You know, because they should definitely, you know, check you out, tap in with you, the whole nine.
I appreciate this. You can find all of my Truth Worker related work, as in addition to being part of the ensemble. I'm the business and community development specialist for Truth Worker, so I'm in charge of contacting gigs, bookings, trainings, all those things. So if by chance there's someone on the air or tuned in, rather, interested in collaborating, we'd love to hear from you. Also, I'm a member of Enya Kalia Creations, which is another like poetic choreography dance ensemble collective founded by Enya Kalia Jordan, who is a Brooklyn-based artist, MFA, PhD, badass woman. She is, our website is enyakaliacreations.org, and we are about to launch a creative, well, my what's that word? My contribution, give me some time, I do have a degree. My contribution to our Teaching Artist Creative Workshop series is a creative writing workshop that'll be launched on October 1st. And so you can check us out at EKC, at Enya Kalia Creations, at Truth Worker on Instagram, Facebook, all those things. You can follow my Instagram, which is I'm Even Less Sorry, Johari.
I like it.
Pretty straightforward. And yeah, that's it. That's all. That's me.
You also mentioned Griot Girls, right?
Griot Girls.
Yeah.
Check them out. Yeah, Boost. That's an incredible resource for 7th to 12th grade Black girls interested in writing, poetry, creative expression, the whole art form, led by Black women, Philly-based. Real great.
Amazing.
Much support to them.
Amazing. Yo,
Put the links in the description.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Like,
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Like,
thank you. I appreciate it. I hope we can do this again. Y'all are phenomenal. You should be real proud. bump the technical difficulties. You know, you pulled it off, and you feel mad official. I'm like, I could have been a little bit more prepared or something.
No. You did great. You did really well. Like we have more than enough content to roll with from this interview. So thank you so much.
Amazing.
Thank you.
This was a pleasure. I hope y'all have a great evening. Stay safe. I hope your family's safe.
Yes, stay safe and stay healthy. Like,
period.
For real. And don't let this winter get you down, because
it's
coming for us.
People in the back, because the temperature dipped and my spirits followed. You know,
that's rough.
You gotta keep your light.
Yeah.
All right. Much love to y'all.
Bye.
All love.
Yo, thank you so much to Johari Farrar for joining us. The first guest on the SBC podcast. We got to give us some love. Thank you.
Much love. We appreciate you.
You know, we had all the links in the description. We have for the video for our video watchers. So whether you're listening to us on any of your DSPs, Spotify, Apple, whoever the fuck, you can find all her information in our description. Or if you're on YouTube, you can just click what's right below you. She's so insightful, so brilliant. There's so much content there for you to enjoy. So, you know, tap in some way, shape, or form. You know, we're reaching that time, and I feel sad, also happy, because it means I could get more lit off this sake, because, you know, we gotta keep it professional. But before we go, I gotta ask the critical question. Everybody's gotta know. It's truly how you decide who your friends are, because if they answer this wrong, you might have the wrong kind of bubblies in the morning. Where the fuck do you go? It's 3:30 in the morning. You've been out all night. You just got back to Brooklyn. Where the fuck are you going to get food, and what are you getting?
Well, my stomach might be fucked up either way, but there's only one option, bro. When it's 3:30, you gotta go to the people you know. You gotta go to the man on the corner. Homie on the corner, be like, listen.
Yeah.
You never let me down. You know what I'm saying? Like a Kanye song, you never let me down. And I'm going to need you to do the same. That falafel, white sauce, hot sauce. Wrap it up with some French fries. Wrap it up with some French fries. I need the shit greasy. I need it greasy. You know what I'm saying? I need to take a bite and got to take a shit immediately. I need to hit my...
No. This is why you got to be cool with your bodega person. Because if you not, they're going to give you... Because when you get there at 3:30, they could either give you the new shit they're making for the day. Yeah. Or they'll give you the old shit from the day before. So you gotta be cool with them niggas. Like, because if you get the shit from the day before, you might not make it back.
But that's why consistency matters, right? Because when you go in, they already know what it is. They're like, hey, the usual? It's like, yeah, bro, the usual take 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You already know what we're for. You already know what we're here to do. Like,
the demon time? Yeah, the demon time.
So that's for me, man. Damn, I missed that falafel. I haven't had falafel in since the pandemic started, really. Since
if you're out at 3:30 during the pandemic, I'm a judge a little bit. Like, just...
Oh, my goodness.
The fuck are you doing?
Oh, man, but that's me. How about you, bro? What you snacking on?
Man, see, since I don't live in New York no more, when I go back home, I'm just rolling the dice, and I'm trying to be, like, very courteous. So, like, they don't give me the bullshit. You'll probably find, if it's 3:30, it depends on if my taste buds are like breakfast or grease. Because, I mean, you're going to get grease either way, but if I'm like grease, then I'll probably get some kind of chicken cutlet sandwich or some shit. Or I'll do like a BLT and be like, what is lettuce and tomato in it? Oh, I'll do a BLT club, so it has turkey in it as well as the bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Like, and I'll be like, and I'll get it with extra bacon, because I'll be like, my vegetables are in it, so it's good for you, right? Like,
extra meat.
Yeah. Like,
I don't even eat. I heard you.
But if I'm feeling the breakfast vibes, I will get a bacon, egg, and cheese with extra cheese thrown on that motherfucker. Like, and I'll ask them to press it down. Like, while they're cooking it, I'll be like, yo, press it down a little bit. Press it down a little bit. like I will be there coaching them.
Because I want the marks.
Yeah, because I need that shit to come out like a fucking grilled cheese, my nigga. Like, I need that shit just... Mwah. But if those options aren't available, I'm thinking about the last place my mom lived before she dipped. There was a Checkers that was open. Some dark times, bro. Some fucking dark times, bro.
Checkers at 3 a.m.
Yeah, bro. Man, getting checkers through the windows they used to have when like, cause like Flatbush is still the hood, like, but getting it through the like turn window thing, like where they're like, we're clearly afraid of black people type shit, like, whoo, it just hits different. You're like, wow.
Bro.
Huh?
The bubble guts.
Yeah, no. Definitely while eating it, you're just like, man, I'm gonna wake up so fucked tomorrow. Like,
but it's over now.
yeah, nah. Like, you be trying to text people and shit and still be like, yeah, bro, shit was lit tonight. And your stomach just
speak your parcel tongue. Checkers ASMR. Hey, yo, Nicky, you know you fucked up, right? Your ass now. We got your ass now, my nigga. It's over. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. I feel like, yeah, high key, I miss that shit. Because in Chicago, the late night eats is dead, bro. Like, full on. Just dead. I do love Chicago. Though. None of y'all niggas come in my DMs saying no type of shit, but home is home, and home is better than anywhere else in the world. Like, there's
home
not
is where the Checkers is.
Home is where the Checkers is, nigga. Look, honestly, I hate Checkers so. Oh my god.
You gotta stop mentioning them. They ain't giving us no sponsor money. So.
That's true. I hate eating at chess pieces.
Foolish.
But yeah, no. I feel like high key bodegas are the way to go. Like, if I'm out of the city, which usually I am now because I don't live there for the time being, like, you just gotta hit up the fast food joint. Like, don't go to 7-Eleven. For any of my New Yorkers who are not in New York no more, don't go to a 7-Eleven. That shit.
That's a gas station exclusive right there.
Nah, you don't want to. Like, you will shit yourself immediately. Like,
that's a dub.
That shit is no.
That's a dub. That's a dub.
But yo, we're wrapping it up. We love y'all. We hope to hear from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Interact with us. Comment on the shit on Instagram. Comment on Moke's Twitter, which he's going to make within.
He's trying to look. Listen, y'all. I'm shy. Do not let this man cyberbully me into getting a fucking Twitter.
Nah. They ain't gonna cyberbully you. We gonna put up a poll on the story being like, should Jamoke Akil make a Twitter? And if it gets over 70% yes, you have to do it, bro.
Say that. But don't hold me, y'all, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm shy. But listen, yeah, it's the SBC podcast. Come tap in with us, you know what I'm saying? Bi-weekly episodes. We got interviews. We got guest speakers giving you that robust and nuanced content. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just come hang out with us. So tap in. Jacob, where can the people find you if they want to tap in? They want to get some sake.
Yo, if you want to tap in, you know what I'm saying? My name is Jacob, but my stage name, artist name, whatever you want to call it, is Young Savoy. That's YUNGSABOYE. You can find me anywhere, Instagram, Twitter. I don't know if that's my TikTok. I will be starting to make those soon. We'll get to that later. But Instagram, Twitter, Young Savoy. You could check out my website if you want to, buy beats or see the lengthy resume. You know what I'm saying? If you trying to feel a type of way, you could go look at that shit. That's houseofsavoy.com. Once again, YUNGSAVOYE. Oh, and for all the scammers out there, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a Brooklyn fucking podcast. I don't give a fuck where we are in the world. We could be in motherfucking Tulum for all I care. Yo, for all the scammers, you know what I'm saying? Go run this fucking social up, you know what I'm saying? 414-44-555.
Wait for this, man, yo.
I think that's enough. That's 9. Yeah. Go run that up. Tell them we sent you.
Please pray for this, man, yo.
Tell them we sent you, bro.
Oh my goodness. Well, if y'all looking to tap in with me, my name is Jamoke, Jumoke. Say it right, Jamoke. Y'all can find me at Jamoke Akil on Instagram, JUMOKEAKIL. You know what I'm saying? If y'all cyberbully me into making a fucking Twitter, then I guess you'll find me there too. And yeah, come tap in, slide to my DMs. You know what I'm saying? Not like that, but also like that. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get carried away. But yeah, no, like call me if you want to talk. Always down to engage. Always down to tap in with folks. Yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah, and we got a Patreon coming soon, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to support the boys, you know, just check in, tap in with us. We're going to have content every day on Instagram. Peace.
Stay tuned.
It's a